Hello there, thank you very much for joining me. It's Mohammed Fahim. Today's lesson is about friends. It's all about friends. People who are we friends with, we share different types of emotions, likings, disliking. We try to spend our precious time with, and this all is because we have certain preferences about our friendship and about people. So let's move to whiteboard. And again, this lesson is conversational English specific and I specific, because if you can converse in English or in English, sorry, so this means you can respond to questions in IELTS examination as well. So let's move to whiteboard. First of all, it's all about friends, and we will talk about friends, why they are important to us. And in the beginning, I tell you a little story about friends so that we can understand what we are talking about and how we need to say something about our friends. Our friend, his name is Paul, and he lives in Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland. We studied together because we were class fellows, but then our friendship changed into deeper friendship and we became pals. We used to room together, and we used to go out to perform certain activities like rowing in the ocean, and we used to go to restaurants to eat food as well. I spent a quality time with Paul, and he was good to me as well, despite the fact that some of the language barriers we had, but he never indicated anything about it, and he was very friendly as well. Indeed, he was kind not only to me but to other people as well. He was fond of knowing about my culture, excuse me, and I was mad about knowing Scottish culture as well. So this is how you can tell about your friends. Now let's move to our lesson, and we understand how we can call a friend by using different names. For example, friend, we always know the person who we are in a good relationship in terms of our liking, disliking, and spending time. A friend is also called mate. You can call a friend mate, and you can use this word for male and female for both. And you can use the word pal, P-A-L, pal. Pal is different from Paul, P-A-U-L is a name. Pal is used as a fast to name someone as a fast friend, but it's not most common, but still people use it a lot in different areas. And then we have gal pal. It is used for girlfriends, for example, not girlfriends, but a girl who is a friend. So gal and pal from boy. Billy, in north of England, especially in Newcastle upon Tyne, in Sunderland, in Durham, and at the near and the bordering place of Berwick upon Tweed, and near Scotland as well, people call you Billy, and this means friend. And normally such a word is used at workplaces, in factories. And then we have Jimmy. If you go to Scotland, normally they say you, all right Jimmy, this means all right friend. So this is how you use different name to call you a friend. And if you have quite a lot of friends or a few friends, you can use different words. For example, if someone asks you how many friends do you have, then I want to say a few friends. A few friends mean I have noticeable friends. The word R, alphabet R, is used to give positive gesture. If I use only few friends, this means it's negative. I have only one friend or no friends. But if I use a few, this means I have some friends. And then you also can use a lot of friends if you have so many friends, and then you can say many friends. Similarly, there is another type of vocabulary as well. Friendly, the person who is very, very much friendly to you, who has good behavior, and he always speaks to you positively. And then we have congenial, the person who always smiles, who always is in a good mood. and who always talk to you as a good human being. And then we have talkative, the person who talks a lot. Funny, the person who does certain things that amuse you. And lazy, the person who's not very much active. Sportive, the person who's always helpful. And quiet, the person who prefers to remain quiet and who do not like to speak a lot. And then we have some other chunks as well. Keep in touch, just to stay connected with your friends. This means to stay connected with your friend. And then stay in touch. You stay in touch with your friends. You always try to connect your friends to know if they are all right, and similarly you tell about them that you are all right. Always in touch. Quite a lot of friends. This means you have so many friends, quite a lot of friends. And this can be due to many reasons. Maybe you have lived in different cities and you moved after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So you establish a relationship with people who have similar likings and dislikings that you have. So this is how you make friendships, and you make many friends as well. A lot of friends, quite a lot of friends. We have grammar focus in this very much lesson. If you talk about your friends, this means you need to use present simple sentence, and also you can use possessive verbs or possessive forms of verb like has and have. These two are available. The two videos about these lessons are available on my YouTube channel, English for Everyone. Possessive cases or possessive verb and simple tense, present simple tense, that is also called present indefinite tense. So these are the grammatical perspectives that we involve in translating our emotions, our sayings, our ideas, just to tell about our friends. And then we have speaking activity plus IELTS speaking practice. So this is now, it's a conversational English, it's IELTS, it's speaking activity, whatever name you want to give it. Let's move to our whiteboard. So these are the normal questions that are also called warm-up questions. If you want to warm up, for instance, the examiner can ask you these questions in the very first part of IELTS examination as well. Similarly, if you are speaking to someone, you can use these questions as warm-up questions to inquire about the friends of someone else. And similarly, if you want to improve English, you can use these warm-up questions as well. So what are these warm-up questions? These are: do you have friends? Who is your best friend? Do you have friends? Obviously, we know about it. Here is used possessive case. Similarly, as I mentioned earlier, there is a complete lesson on YouTube. Yes, I have friends. I have friends, and my best friend is John, or my best friend is Muhammad, or my best friend is Ahmad or Ali, whatever name you want to give. And then what does she look like? How is she? So this question is particularly about the appearance, about how she looks like. How is her appearance or his appearance? If the question is about male and female, you can tell about the appearance. She's tall, she's short, she's slim, he's stout, he's a bodybuilder, he's very active, he's very lazy. So this is how you can tell about the stature, tell about the appearance, tell about the characteristic of a person, if he's intelligent or if he's a fool, something like that, whatever the word you want to use. And then we have another warm-up question: how long have you known each other? This is about the time span, that if he or she is your friend, then what time has gone in this relationship. I mean, since how long you are friends with each other. So this tells about the strength of your relationship, that how strong relationship you have with your friend. Like I already said in the beginning that when I was studying in Edinburgh, so I told that Paul, he was my classmate, but later we became friends, and very good friends, fast friends, and we spent time about 5 years together, not only in the university but outside the university as well. So you can tell about your time span as well. So these are just IELTS specific longer response questions. IELTS questions always require longer response, and similarly in conversational English you need to give longer expression, because when you talk about so much, when you prepare for your exam, whether it's IELTS exam or conversational English exam, this gives you a chance to improve your speaking capacity, and you improve your abilities and skills to outperform others in explanations, in justifications, in explaining things when you speak to them. So IELTS responses, they require four things. First, your response. You respond to a certain question, then you justify about different things. You give justifications. This is also known as reasoning part. You give reasons. For example, if someone is your friend, why is your friend? What are the qualities? What are the characteristics? What are similarities between you and him, or between him and you? And this is how you justify, and then you explain further, you elaborate on about particular skills, about particular characteristic, appearances, goodness, about the person. And then lastly, you elaborate on comprehensively after explanation, or you can sum it up as well. So these are the four things that you need to focus on when you give longer answers or expanding answers in IELTS examination or in other examination. So let's move to our whiteboard to understand the question. Do you prefer a few close friends or many friends? Look at the type of question. It's absolutely different from these warm-up questions. And you see, do you prefer? It talks about your preferences. So examiner inquires about your preferences. Are few close friends or many friends? This means now you have the opportunity to answer about your specific friend, more than particular friends, and you can elaborate on as you want. For example, if I have to elaborate on, I would say that I prefer close friends, and then I have to give the justification, because close friends are always available to you in your time of need or in emergencies, or even if you are not in emergency, or if you want to share something with them. If you are feeling psychological burden, you can consult with them. They are sincere friends. But if you have so many friends, you do not know if they have positive feelings about you, because sometimes you have just friendship with people, and sometimes you have fast friendship with people. You have deeper emotions associated with people, and similarly some other people have associations with you in terms of their emotions, and they are always ready to help you, and similarly you are always ready to help them. So this is why I prefer that few close friends are better than so many friends. So this is how you can respond in IELTS examination or in conversational English as well. So it's a longer answer. The next question is, how did you meet your best friend? So this is about two things. First, this question poses two different elements to you in questioning. So the first is the examiner wants to know about your strategy, that how did you meet your best friend. Obviously, your best friend wasn't your best friend when you met him. So you tell him, it was my accident that I shifted in a new city, or I shifted in a new college, or I admitted in a university or a college, and I came across Ahmed. He was a silent guy, and in the first glance, I perceived about him that we can be good friends. So in recession time, in recess time, recession is related to economics. So in recess time or break time, I went to Ahmed, and I did handshake with him, and I told him about myself and inquired about him. So we kept meeting later on, and after school we went to college and university as well. So this relationship is based on years and years. The time span is not limited, and now we have our families, but still we meet together on weekends. My family goes there and his family comes to me. So this is how we met a long time ago, and this friendship has changed into family friendship. So our third question is, what do you usually do with your friends? You can tell about different activities that you do with your friends. You go out and do different types of activities. For example, you watch movie, you go to cinema, watch movies, you go to restaurant, and you visit certain places that have historical background, or attractive, or very modern because of their architect. And similarly, the next question is, do you still keep in touch with your childhood friends? So look at the psychology of this question. The examiner tries to identify that how strong you are in terms of identifying, in terms of not only identifying but elaborating on your relationship, or relationship with other people who are your childhood friends. So you need to be very careful. You say that I'm a very congenial person, because, and I believe in trusting and keeping my relationship active. So that's why I keep in touch with all my childhood friends. And as far as I remember, that most of my childhood friends are still my friend in my youth, or at this period of my age, when I have my own family as well. So this is how you can expand your answer. The last question is what qualities are important in a good friend? This is a very good question, because you cannot say bluntly anything about your friend. You need to say that, you need to focus on, first you need to think on that what qualities you prefer. If you are trying to say something about others' qualities, you must have these qualities as well. So it's just a mirror to mirror, stone to stone, tree to tree, face to face. So this is how you need to elaborate on. You can say that I prefer that my friends should be sincere, generous, and helping as well, because these are the qualities that I have. If I am in need, I would like to call my nearest friend or best friend, that if I'm in need, I need his help. Similarly, if he calls me, I will respond with similar emotions and similar haste as well. So it's a better that I have a good friend rather than so many friends, because I have so many friends and do not have good relationship. Obviously, they cannot help me. So sincerity, generosity, and helping attitude are certain characteristics that I would prefer in my friends, and similarly, I would prefer them in me as well. So these are the responses. Now we have writing task as well. You might assume that this is all about speaking. This is all about improving communication. So why we need to write? No. Writing is a major tool to improve your speaking. When you write something, you think a lot. When you think a lot, you come across different ideas. You translate them in the form of words, and when you write all of them, you can read them not only once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times, 5 times. The words get stuck into your mind, and you say them unconsciously, consciously or unconsciously, when you speak to other people. So this always improves your communication as well, your speaking capacity as well. And we have, when you write about a person, some sentences on any topic. If it's a friend's topic, you need to think about your friend's name, about his appearance, about his characteristics, how he deals with you, what type of relationship you have with your friend or he has with you. And similarly, reasons for liking the person, what's his hobby, what's his personality like. When you think all about these chunks, about these ideas, about these starters, you can write so many sentences on it, like in a big paragraph. So it will help you to improve your speaking as well. Now there is a chart. You will see it on your screens. Try to figure out which picture says what, and try to say something as a third person, because when you say something as a third person, do not use I or me, I or we or something like that. Say the person in the picture, he looks very good, because there are two persons in the picture, and they seem to be close friends. So this is how you can improve your speaking capacity as well. Lastly, if you still feel difficulty in generating ideas, in getting to a point, then be creative. Be creative in a way that there is a technique. It is called mind mapping, mind exploration. These are the words that are used. First, draw a circle and write friend. And then think about who's my best friend, why he is my best friend, characteristics, likings, disliking, how often do you meet, So this is how you can include different points. And in IELTS examination and in other examinations as well, they give you time about 12 minutes to make your notes as well. When they give you the topic, sorry for this mumbling,